So something I had forgotten to talk about before, when I meant to, anyways, is how hard it was to finally really see the truth. It took a long time. I refused to not try everything to find an actual solution and somebody to vote for. And I did vote. I voted Greens. I voted third party where I could and whatever. Pretty sure I left a lot of stuff blank or wrote in. I forget. There was two main things I was voting for. I don't even. The POTUS and then I forget what other. Or there was a few, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So, anyways, it took months, and it was longer. It all started with Black Lives Matter. I've mentioned this before, and then in between it all, it was also blending with voting. Um, and then there was after like a year of BLM, I got more focused. By the time probably towards November or whatever, I had gotten quite a bit. I don't man, did that all happen just so fast? Jeez, I guess it was all at once. I don't know, but it took me forever to just see what was going on in the voting itself, and it was hard. It was real hard, man. I was looking for solutions, and all I kept finding was complaints. Turns out, as I see it now, it wasn't complaints I was seeing, it was just the truth. Um, and the reason it was just, I could recognize it as what they were saying. I could recognize what they were saying and stuff, but nobody was ever offering solutions. Like, they're all just like, the system sucks, it's all broken and all these terrible things. And I was just like, well, stop complaining, tell me how to do something, right? But the solutions are mutual aid and local organization. That's it. It's not electoral. That's not happening, and it's just getting worse, man. Anyways, so it took a long time for me to accept that. I still voted to try. I still figured, like, whatever, I went through the trouble, I'll go put in somebody's name. um, but so early on when I first came across the Convo Couch, which is a video I recommended previously, and even Richard Medhurst, they were a couple of the ones I remember when I first ever started seeing their content. It was hard for me to keep watching. Like, I would watch, and but I was here and there with them. I would only watch when I saw like a specific thing I was curious about, But because they do so much coverage, and especially back then, it was like daily and all day and every day. So early on, when I first discovered them, I had a real hard time accepting the things they were saying. And it wasn't because, it was just because I was looking for solutions, and what they were saying was not solutions. It was just, so anyways, um, and now they're like my main recommended for a lot of this stuff going on. I've also took well, I've slowly moved into throughout the past year or two into different people that do different things and stuff. Like Slow News Day, I finally decided to start watching them. The main reason was because I could barely handle what I was already consuming. I slowed it down, man. I slowed it down. I can't shut it off anymore. It's impossible. But I slowed it down. I also said before, like, I've gone back to the surface. I've already seen enough of the deep. I'm convinced, you know, this is nothing but endless evil, So, anyways, I just thought I would share this because I thought it was interesting. I know I had more thoughts on the specific thing, but that's pretty much it. Like I had a real hard time early on when I first came across those people. I remember early on, I was watching people like Katie Halper, but I don't remember exactly how it went, but I could, you're always going to agree with everybody on some things. Always. Always. But then there was too many other things where I was like, oh, never mind. Another example is Marianne Williamson. I had talked to my sister about this on a podcast we were doing last, I don't know, little while back. Anyways, after it took me months of following her and seeing what she was saying, because she says a lot of great things. And then after a while, I'd start seeing like, wait a second, what? I just started to notice her be more neutral. This like slow like transition into neutral. It was weird. That's the only way I know how to explain it. Like going from one side and then just kind of coming into the middle. And I was like, and then after a while, I forget what she started saying, but I finally realized. I was like, she ain't picking a side. She's a both sides motherfucker, like all the way. Just like while trying to pretend she's neutral or whatever. Look, I don't want to just bash on her. It was a horrible experience, and I'll never forget that either. I don't remember where I saw the expression in the middle of all this stuff. I'd also seen some expression. They speak from both sides of the mouth. It's such a weird expression. It's funny to me, but I looked it up, and then I was like, oh. And then at some point I had realized Marianne Williamson is the one who taught me the real meaning of that. She taught me what that. She's the only person I haven't spent my life like watching these people or anything and listening to them, and I imagine pretty much every politician is like that. Some more so than others, But no, she was the one that taught me what that meant, though. Like, it's so gross, dude. So anyways, it's tricky. I don't know how I survived it. I don't know how I'm surviving, but I don't know. And I don't mean that in a suicidal way. I mean like mentally. Yeah, I've gone through some shit. Holy crap. Yeah, so and that's look, as I said, I mentioned this before. The only reason I got stuck to it 24/7 was not because I was addicted. I was trying everything to find solutions. That's why I couldn't let it go. I couldn't fucking let it. I still don't want to let it go. I can't, especially now because it's so much worse than we could ever imagine. All right. I think that's a good spot to end on. All right, anyways. I wish you very well, very much. Lots of love. Take care. Be good. Be safe.